You may have seen the compound methylene blue talked about on social media by now. We've had some families ask about it in our community, and we're going to talk about methylene blue today. Is it hype or is it hope? So this is trending on social media, claiming to be a magic bullet treatment for anything and everything, all sorts of ailments from anti-aging to neurological detox. And it's being highlighted by people that are known for promoting pseudoscience, non-licensed practitioners, and some big wellness influencers. What is it? Is it safe, effective, and is it applicable to HIE? What you need to know. Methylene blue is a synthetic chemical compound. It was originally made to be used in lab research to stain tissue to be able to see things a little bit better. It was originally introduced as an early treatment for malaria, but that has since phased out and it has gone away because of issues that they had with side effects. It's also used for textile dyes and used in portable toilet water. So if you see blue water somewhere and that's used for an antiseptic reason, that is methylene blue. Now there are a couple of medical indications that it is approved for, but they are very small and very precise in dosing and in scope. Why is it so limited? Why is it not FDA approved for so many things that people are talking about using it for? And why do you want to not get things from Amazon or a supplement company? And why is it something that needs to be prescribed by a physician for an indicated treatment? Because there are dangers behind this. And so when we talk about, is this appropriate to try for kids with HIE, let's talk about why that's not a great idea. So at the basis, there are some preclinical studies that have looked at methylene blue for neurological things like HIE. None of that has made it to clinical trials. There's a lot of concerns of why that is not ready to do so. And a lot of that becomes a safety issue that they have seen. Is there potential for metabolic improvement and anti-inflammatory improvement and things like that? The jury's still out on that. Just because someone's looking at something preclinically and publishing on it does not mean that it is actually going to translate to be safe and effective for humans, and especially in fragile children like those that are born or acquire HIE. And in fact, there is a huge warning from the NIH and from other countries and regulatory bodies and things like that all around the world that administration in neonates has led to all sorts of adverse reactions, including respiratory distress, pulmonary edema, phototoxicity, hemolytic anemia, hypobilirubinemia. So, making sure that, the bilirubin levels unfortunately get out of control. It also can cause seizures, which our kids are already at risk for. And one of the most concerning things that has been seen, especially in neonatal and pediatric populations, is that it can cause severe kidney impacts. And HIE kids already are at risk, and many have injury to their kidneys from their HIE. And whether that injury resolves officially or they have lasting impacts and need to be seen by a nephrologist, we have kids that have the full spectrum of injury from HIE that hits their kidneys, and this can exacerbate that and cause really significant issues. And some of the kidney things that you might not anticipate or even know if your child had an impact to their kidney is they might have a routine finding later on that they find cysts in their kidneys. And that is evidence of that old HIE impact. And that doesn't mean that their kidneys aren't functioning properly, but it means that they have experience some injury, and that if you're adding on a compound like methylene blue, it could really cause problems that could be very catastrophic and harmful for your child. So you may not even know that they had this impact until something really bad happens from an adverse reaction to something like this. So at this point, there's no evidence that it works in HIE or any other neurological conditions for improvements in, neuroplasticity or detox or whatever that is. And our kids really deserve real hope, not risk. So at this point, there is no evidence that it is safe or effective for HIE. And in fact, there is evidence that it is not safe for our population. So what you can do is talk to your medical team about supplements, about things like this, and learning more information. We have all of the cited sources, of course, on our website. On this blog, you can go to hopeforhie.org/blog to access it. And our kids have really just been through enough, and they just don't need additional harm. So this one we would not recommend.